Hello everyone again. I'm back. It's your glam mother back to you guys, and as I promised, I'm going to start building in Cameroon chapter 1. So we're gonna start by looking at how to build, especially this goes especially it's for everybody, but especially when you're abroad and you're finding it difficult to develop something in Cameroon. So the first topic that we're going to talk today is going to be on money. Now, before I start, I'm going to just go a little bit about what we learn in school. You see, the thing is, most of the time we go to school, we study, but we forget to implement what we've studied in what we do in our daily lives. Okay, when I did the management paper, there's this thing that we learned. It's called the 5 M's in management. So if you're managing something, you look at the 5 M's, and most of the time this particular thing always pop up in an exam. So for those who are doing the management course, I think this is something that even if you don't want to build, you should learn this, because this is something that will help you pass your exams. Now, what does the 5 M's talk about? First thing, it talks about money. That's the first one. It talks about manpower. So that means labor cost. That means your human resource, the people that you need to do your work. It talks about machinery. What do you need to carry out that project? It talks about material. That's the fourth one, material. What materials do you need? And the last M in all the M's is the method. Method is very important, because someone that's building a normal bungalow house, a house that doesn't have story building, will have a different method of building than somebody who is doing a story building. So that's where your 5 M's are so important. I can't go through your 5 M's on this video, because as I've said, I don't want the videos to be too long. So I'm going to start with the most important part of carrying out a project. What is it? Money. Before you even think that you want to build a house, you should have the money in place. You should have your money in place. You should think on, how am I going to generate that money to build that house, isn't it? So we start with money. Then we're going to move forward to the future videos or other things. Now, after I've gone through the 5 M's, then I'm going to come back and do certain topics that are linked to money. Say, for example, how to buy things cheaper. That will be something else. So for this video, we're just gonna focus on money. Now, when we talk on money, I'm going to talk about money in general, and then later on I'm going to give you guys a little bit of advice on the best way to follow. Okay, now when we talk on money, what are we looking at? Do you work? Do you save? Have you planned your life in a way where every month you can put in 500,000, 1 million in your project, and it moves on slowly? Do you have money that you've saved somewhere? Are you planning to get a loan to build your house? Are you planning to get into Njangin? Are you in a group of people that you donate money together? One person takes it this month, the next person takes it the following month. Are you planning to generate your money that way? Now, after you've decided how to generate your money, the first advice I'm going to give is this. If you're building a house and you know that particular house is not for business purpose, please don't go in for a loan. Don't build a house because you want to show off, because you want to make people to know that you own a house. Please. Otherwise, you're going to have that house standing there and you're going to be paying back loan. You're going to work extra hard to pay back loan. You're going to spend probably one-third more of what you could have spent if you had taken your time with what you have to build that house. But you're gonna spend 1/3 more to build that house, because why? You've taken a loan, say for example 50,000 pounds, you've built that house, you've completed the house. That house is not a business house, it's probably for your family or for yourself when you go back on holidays, and then you are now back there paying back that loan and interest for 3 years. That's just stupidity. I mean, that's total stupidity to me. That's being stupid. Now, let's go to the next point. another advice, if you are doing a business house and you've got a budget and somebody estimated everything and they've told you, okay, this house is going to cost you £30,000 to build and put on rent. Let's say 30 million to build and put on rent. Now, if you can afford a loan, if you are able to collect a loan, to pick up a loan somewhere, then I can say get a loan and get that done. But then when you're getting a loan, always think of your repayment. When you do your repayment, how much is the interest? How much is the total interest that you pay back for that loan? That total interest, if you finish the house, say within 3 months, 4 months, is that house going to give you back that money within a year? Is that house going to give you back that interest that you're paying? So those are the things that you look at. If you know that can give you back the money, why not go for a loan? The next level of building that you should go for a loan is when your house is almost complete. So when you've done everything and you've got to a point where, especially when it's a business house, we're talking about a house that you want to build and put out for rent. When you've done everything and you've got to that final point where you just have to do finishing, then you can take a small loan. Now you're taking a smaller loan that will give you less interest, and you know that when the house goes out in the public, you can easily make that money and pay back your loan and get yourself free. What we're trying to do on this channel is get you guys off debt, is get everyone how to live at budget, how to live with what you have rather than living to impress, and then you sleep at night you're thinking that I cannot take off work because I have to work to pay back this loan. We're trying to help those coming up to get good ideas on how to invest rather than rush into things and end up not being able to sleep at night or developing illnesses because you're worried. You're ill, you cannot even take off work because you have to work to pay back that loan. Now, we've talked about how to generate money. We've talked about loan and when you should use a loan to generate your money. We've talked about let's talk about salary. Now you're working, you're earning money. Let's just assume that you're abroad. I really try to focus on people abroad because I'm abroad. You're earning money. Now you've paid all your bills, and let's assume that after paying all your bills, either you're a couple or you're a single person, it doesn't matter. After paying all your bills in that family, you're left with £1,000 a month. Let's assume, it's an assumption. Now what do you do with that £1,000? One thing I will say, never forget yourself when you're investing. Never forget yourself, your personal self, your personal life, your body, what makes you happy. Never forget that. So what I'll advise, take 10% of whatever is left, put it aside for your own pleasure, or to save it towards on holidays that you're gonna go and get yourself relaxed, or to take it for a massage, or anything that makes you happy, anything that's outside work and investment. Anything that's outside work and investment, save that money, and when it's enough, you go and have that time for yourself. Because remember guys, life is too short. You don't want to build and build and build, and then tomorrow you die without having your own pleasure, without enjoying your own self. Like, you die without even eating your own money, you know. So always make sure 10% is there for you, and then the remaining balance, now that's what you send back home for your investment to carry on, for your project to carry on. You send that back home, they carry on pushing your project slowly. Now that's a monthly plan that you've got, and you've got a target, and you're working towards meeting that target based on your current financial situation. Okay, now one advice I'm going to give, if you want to build a house, we're still talking about money. If you're somebody that's looking at going to build a house in Africa, one advice I'm going to give you is this: when you have your monthly plan, don't just jump in and start the project. Save it for a year. Gather a lump sum of money that's saved by you. No need to rush. As long as the land is there, the land is yours. No need to rush. Gather that money, save that money. Now take that money and buy a lot of the things that you know you cannot do without. A lot of the things that are, a lot of the materials, we're going to talk about materials later. A lot of those materials that are expensive, a lot of the material that you need, a lot of them. Rods, cement, roof, depending on the kind of roof that you want to use. Some roofs are cheap. Some of the zincs are cheap, some of them are expensive. Depending on what you want to use, get an estimate on cement, rods, zinc, all those things. Gather that money, put that money together. When you have that money, you go and buy those things wholesale. You're buying those things wholesale because you want to save. You buy those things wholesale, put them down, and then you start doing your monthly plan. What you're doing is that you've eliminated all the big costs from your body, and then every month you can say, okay, this is the work that I want to do. I want them to do foundation in 2 months time. I'm going to save for next 2 months. That money is going to go on and do my foundation. You start by, what you're focusing on now is only paying labor cost, is only buying the basic things that you need to buy. So you're not in any pressure or any stress. The worst thing in see, I told you guys that I'm going to tell you my experience when I was doing the first building. What happened was I wasn't really into it. I didn't really know what to do. Anyway, it was a little bit so tricky because I will sit down and I will ask, for example, can you send me an estimate for decking? Oh God. When the thing came to me, I closed it back. I opened it and I closed my phone. Like, and I sat quiet. I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna get him on the phone? Then I'll just call back. I'll call my dad straight away and I said, no. I said, Papa, I beg me to just stop. Me just go has. Me you see me so I don't want to die, you. I don't want to die. I'm not doing this to please anybody. I would follow my pace. So me just go sleep. When I get the money, I go call and they go come back. Like I almost collapsed. My heart would just jump, bam. It's like, no. I started thinking like, how does these very rich people, how do they come? You get an estimate and it feels like they're stopping you to leave. But that's what it is. That's what it takes. Those are the things that come with investment. You will get those big bills, but then don't rush into satisfying them. You're doing something. You're helping them create a job. You are working to generate that money. You need your help. You need to be strong to generate that money for them to carry on that work. So please, your life, your health, your satisfaction is the first thing that you have to look at before any other thing. So you look at that before you even worry about what people back home are worrying or what the project is going to be tomorrow. Because if something happened to you, if you get that big bill and you collapse, that building is not going to carry on. You're not going to have a life again. So please, money is very tricky. It's very important to understand how to deal with money, especially when you want to carry out a project. So it's a topic that I want everybody to take serious. It's a topic that I want people not to worship money. People should stop worshiping money. When you worship money, you tend to do things that you're not supposed to do. So guys, I hope you all have learned something from this money topic. Is very important where you get your money from. Another way that people manage to put money together is you get into Njangi. They call it Njangi. Now the problem with getting into Njangi is that when, say for example, you're in a Njangi that everybody contribute £1,000 a month, and you decided to go first. You say you want to eat the first one because you want to invest it in a project. Now you've got this money, you've invested in your project. Don't forget that every month you have to be giving £1,000 back. Do you have enough to give back? And also, will you have a leftover to carry out your project, to continue with your project? So you have to look at all these things. If your leftover money every month is £1,000 and you're trying to be the first to take the Njangi, you have that, say for example, if the Njangi is for a year, you have that £12,000, you send it back home, they'll take your project to a certain level. Remember that that project has to stay there for a year because you have to pay back the other money that you've taken from people. So those are the little things that you have to look at. And one thing I'm going to tell you guys is that when you stop a project for a long time, it demotivates you. It demotivates you. So rather than going into something that's too big that you know you will not be able to manage, why not go for a Njangi for £500? You get the first £6,000, send it back home, buy your things wholesale, the things that you really need. The project can start. Every month you give back £500 to the Njangi because you have to play other people, and then you now take the other £500 and send it back home for other little things to be going on. When your project is going on, even if it's one step every month, it motivates you, it makes you happy, it just builds that joy, because you know there's something that you're doing that makes sense, because you know that there's something that you're doing that you've got a plan for your year, and that plan is moving. When you have a plan and your plan is moving slowly, you have an objective, you want to achieve something, and that thing is moving nicely, trust me, there's nothing as joyful as that. It makes you happy. Okay, so look at your money. Money is very important. There's nothing else I can say when it links to money. It's just how to generate that money, where to get that money from, how to manage that money, how to use your head in investing that money. We're going to go to other things in the next video, but for now let's look at money and see, have you got a strategy? Have you planned your strategy? Why are you building? Are you building for a family house? Are you building your private house that when you go back home you're gonna sleep in? Are you building a house that you can give out for business? Also, another thing, you can build a house for private use, but use your head to make it in a way where you can also rent it out for someone that's going back home to live and they don't have a house and they're looking for a house to stay. So you build a house, in a way where you insert kind of a private bedroom for yourself and for your children, that those bedrooms are closed, they never open, and then the rest of the house can be given out for people who are going abroad to live. So always try to use your senses when you're investing your money, because you want to look at something that will bring you back that money in future. Thank you all for watching. I don't know, I love fashion, I love dressing up, I love looking beautiful. So what I'm gonna do now is tell you guys what I'm wearing. Yeah, I did my makeup, everything myself. I'm good at that. Just tell you guys what I'm wearing. Jewelries are for Marks and Spencer, for people who love to buy nice things. Outfit, the dress, maybe I should stand for you guys to see a little bit. Yep, it's just a short skater dress, as I can call it, skater dress. The dress is from Forever Unique. Yes, Forever Unique. And the hair, I've got the hair from Cyndy Beautician. Cyndy Beautician is a Cameroonian lady. She lives around Northampton. So she does beautiful hair, like beautiful human hair. As you can see, I don't know, I can even twerk. I can twerk the hair. I can twerk the hair for you guys to see. Like, the hair is so beautiful. It's so soft. Like, this is not joke. This is not joke. It's like it weighs nothing. It's like paper. Yeah. She does very, very beautiful hairs. So I normally get my hairs from them, my human hair from her. Yeah. So the hair is from Cyndy Beautician. Makeup, I'm wearing Fenty Beauty lipstick. Fenty Beauty. I use Fenty Beauty a lot, yeah, for makeup and everything, because I believe that after trying a lot of makeups, this is the best that suits me so well. Yeah. And what else do you guys want to know? Yeah, I don't know what else you want to know. Jewelries, everything Marks and Spencer. I love Marks and Spencer jewelries because they are very, very mature. They look mature and they look the quality is really good. So I always go for their jewelries. Those are the things that, underwears, jewelries, I normally buy them from Marks and Spencer because they're really, really beautiful, very beautiful. Okay guys, I'm going to stop here for this topic, and we're going to go on and do our next topic. I want to talk about money. Money is very important, but in another way. So we're going to, our next topic is going to be on managing finances as a couple. It doesn't matter if you're married, it doesn't matter if you're boyfriend and girlfriend, as long as you guys have decided to live together and call yourself a couple. How do you manage your finances? Yes, that's our next topic. Catch me or click the next, follow up with the next video. I'm gonna pop the link above here so you can just click on it and listen on how to manage it, because this is one thing that I've managed so well. Like, you've never from getting married to today, like more than 10 years being married, I've never had an argument with my husband when it comes to money. And knowing that money is the one thing that breaks a lot of families, a lot of relationships. Well, bravo, let me give you my little secret. Okay, click there, follow the next video and watch this. Thank you.